We'll,
how
dis-
to get
we'll discuss during the class. Me again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Hari Bol. Happy to see you after Ayodhya. You're okay now? Everybody has fallen sick.
Yeah, that's viral and cold cough.
ఇక్కడ అయోధ్య వెళ్ళొచ్చు.
Ah.
So you should tell our experience about it.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Is he okay? देखिए. Hare Krishna. Oh, there is slippery there. Don't go that side.
Water is there. Water is there. Water
अब उस तरफ से दोस्तों का मजा किए होता है। अरे प्रभु, अब कभी भी कुछ लग रहा है घर छोड़ के आएंगे, टेंशन मत लीजिए।
वो कुछ ज्यादा होना था, थोड़े थोड़े तो
हाँ, बस यही सही बात।
वो प्रभु जी की वो था, तो थोड़े में निपट गया।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी राधा गिरिवरधारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजानन्दना यमुनतीरवनचारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजानन्दना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजानन्दना यमुनतीरवनचारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजानन्दना यमुनतीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी गिरिवरधारी जय राधा यशोदानन्दना व्रजजानन्दना यमुनतीरवनचारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजानन्दना यमुनतीरवनचारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजानन्दना यमुनतीरवनचारी यशोदानन्दना कीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता ग्रंथ की जय, ऑल assembled devotees की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ऐसे डाल दो, इस तरफ डाल दो, स्लाइड साइड will come this side also. Don't have to sit behind now. We have a big hall. Itla na dekho dekho. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudhiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kum karoti vācālam pangum langayate girim yatripahatamanam vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Pavitro Pavitro Va Sarvavastham Gatopi Va Yat Smaret Pundarikakshaha Sahabhyabhyantaram Suche Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. You can sit this side also. You don't have to sit back. You can make a nice circle. This side. So is everybody getting ready for the war? Yes? That's the goal of Bhagavad Gita, right? After Bhagavad Gita, you're going to do a war. Right? We are in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the final conclusion. And after the conclusion, starts action. Right? So what is the war against? The war is against our own anarthas. The war is against our own illusions. The illusion in which everybody lives, thinking he is this body, thinking this life is very important. This life in which we are. This life is important only when we use this life in service of Krishna. Otherwise, there is no meaning to this life. Absolutely, there is no meaning to this life. We have had many children in the past. We have had many wives in the past. We have had many husbands in the past. We have had many grandparents in the past. We had many bodies in the past. We are just transmigrating body after body. Whatever I'm telling might be like, Prabhu, why are you repeating again? But the problem is, this is what we forget. Right? But in this life, something special has happened. Not only to all of you, for me also. For every single person in here, something very special has happened. What has happened? We are understanding the cycle of birth and death, and we also know now how to come out of the cycle. How to understand who is God and how to go back to that God. Bhagavad Gita is a very, very scientific scripture which explains to all kinds of people, whether they are in Tamoguna, Rajoguna or Satvaguna, how they can transcend this material nature, this material world. Of this, there is no doubt that every one of us is going to die one day. There is no doubt about that. Right? Sabko marna hai, pakka hai. Usme koi doubt hi nahi hai. Right? But what happens after that? What has happened to us before, after that? And what we don't want to happen, we don't want it to happen after that, is in our choice. Right? Once Srila Prabhupada, our Sansthapak Acharya of ISKCON, he went to a temple, and in that temple, there was one boy who was coming and saying, I want to ask some question to Prabhupada. So one disciple of Prabhupada said, go and ask. But he was hesitating. Arey Swamiji, how can I go and ask? Arey, you should ask. Swamiji is there, you should go and ask. So then he realized that this person will not ask that question in public. Maybe he needs a private audience. Sometimes people don't open up in public. They want a private audience. So then he told this boy, why don't you do a thing? Tomorrow come for morning walk. Prabhupada will be alone. Maximum 2-3 people will be there. That time you can ask the question. I said, okay. Normally nobody is allowed in morning walk. Very close disciples of Prabhupada only are allowed in the morning walk. They discuss very serious matters. Prabhupada walks in the morning and like that. So this boy was asked to come in the morning walk, and he was walking, and all the while the disciple was thinking, "Arey, now ask. Arey, you're in the morning walk, ask, na?" I'll ask. The morning walk got over. And Prabhupada was in this garden, and the car came to pick up Prabhupada to the temple. And this disciple was there, I called you in the morning walk. You wanted to ask a question. Why don't you ask? Why don't you just ask? I don't know. I'm feeling scared to go in front of Swamiji. And Prabhupada didn't know any of this. So Prabhupada, car came, door opened, one leg inside, one leg outside, just going to sit inside. And this boy shouted, Swamiji! Like that he shouted. And Prabhupada looked at him, yes. So he went and asked Prabhupada a question. Swamiji, what is it that I need to go back to Krishna? What is it that I need to go back to Krishna? Many people will think you should chant, you should attend Satsang, you should honor Prasadam, you should serve devotees. All this is right. But Prabhupada told one word answer. Sat inside, closed the door and he went. Just one word answer. He said, desire. Desire. All you need is desire. Remaining he will take care. If your desire is intense, if your desire is very clear, I want to stop this business, whatever is happening here. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi, chal raha hai. I want to stop this damn thing. Bas bahut ho gaya. I don't want to live in this illusion. When you have that desire, then Bhagavad Gita will reveal itself. If you don't have that desire, you can attend Bhagavad Gita classes for the rest of eternity. You can grasp all the shlokas of Sanskrit and tell in reverse order also. And you can take classes of Bhagavad Gita sitting here also. But if you don't have that desire, then everything is Shrama evahi kevalam. Shrama evahi kevalam. What is the meaning of that? Everything is a useless endeavor. Ultimately, if there is no desire, there is no point in doing anything in life. We should have that desire very clearly. What is my desire? Now somebody might say, Prabhuji, I don't have the desire, what to do? I don't have the desire, what to do? That was my situation also. I am not clear on my desire also. Then the answer for that is, you should be with people who have the desire. Right? As simple as that. Just like, you have magnet and you have iron filings, right? Iron rod. When you keep the iron rod near the magnet for too long, what will happen? The properties of magnet will also go into the iron rod. By naturally it will go. But if you take it away for too long, again it will go away. As long as the iron rod remains close to the magnet, the properties are always transferred, and the iron rod also works like a magnet. In the same way, spiritual life is also purely like that. If you don't have spiritual desire, be with somebody who has spiritual desire. If you are not clear about any philosophy, be with somebody who is clear about philosophy. Automatically it will go away. But if you stay away, then nothing is going to happen. You will become again the same useless iron rod. Iron rod cannot do anything. Magnet can do a lot of things. So the whole material world is going down because gravity is pulling everybody down. Right? But the people who are coming to Satsang, they are getting pulled up because Krishna is pulling everybody up. Right? There's a difference. There's a difference. Everybody looks to be in the same situation, but they're not in the same situation. We are transmigrating life after life, life after life, life after life. And we are so fortunate. I wanted to tell this before I start the 18th chapter, that we are so fortunate that we have reached till here. Even reaching till here is a great achievement in itself. And whoever has attended all the classes, whether online or offline or however, are the most fortunate. Don't think what I remember. Don't. That's not the goal. Your goal is not to remember previous class. Because what you have eaten yesterday, where is it now? It digested. Already the nourishment to the body is gone. Is that true? Yesterday you had idli. Where is that idli now? It's inside. Or some of it might have gone outside, excreta. But the nutrients out of that have gone into your body. Right? In the same way, Prabhuji and Mataji, spiritual life is not about remembering and grasping or mugging up. That's what our CBSE, ICSE has done. Right? We passed by mugging up things. But here, that is not the goal. What is the goal? To hear it attentively. To hear attentively. God gave 2 ears and 1 mouth. Right? Because He wants you to hear more than speak less. Otherwise, He would have given 10 mouths also, right? If He wants you to speak more. Huh? So, hear clearly, attentively, submissively, with a desire that Krishna, please awaken the spiritual consciousness in me so I can see the reality at all times. I can have Shastra Chakshu. Shastra Chakshu means the vision of scriptures. Whatever scripture is saying, I should be able to see it around. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Oh, I have seen yesterday somebody taken birth. Somebody died, Mrityu. Somebody is in hospital, Jara. Somebody is getting old, Jara. Vyadi. Somebody is falling sick. I'm able to see that. And I'm able to remember the shloka as soon as I see that. That means Bhagavad Gita is working. Right? Now Krishna has spoken this Bhagavad Gita for close to, many acharyas have given different time, but somebody says 40 minutes. All the 18 chapters were spoken in 40. It was a conversation. It was not like a class. Krishna is telling a shloka, Arjuna is immediately understanding. After some shlokas, is asking a question and is telling an answer. And Krishna has taken Arjuna from the basic knowledge of soul, from the 2nd chapter, to Karma Yoga in the 3rd chapter, to action in Karma Yoga in 4th chapter, to understanding who is He, right? Dhyana Yoga in 5th and 6th chapter. And then 7th chapter, ultimately, why is He speaking, who is He? 8th chapter, giving that attraction, attaining Supreme. The 9th chapter, devotional service. Now I am that Supreme, do. 10th chapter, to see Krishna in everything. 11th chapter, His universal darshan. 12th chapter, bhakti. And conclusion of 12th chapter, I am done, Krishna. Now tell me what to do. But Krishna starts 13th chapter saying, you're done, but I am not done. Because I want you to give the knowledge that you don't deviate again. Because you're going to face very gory war after this. And all of us are going to face a war in our life. So 13th chapter, Jnana Yoga. 13th chapter, what is Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Prakriti, Kala, Purusha, everything. He speaks about that. 14th chapter, modes of material nature. How all of us are tied by different modes. Tamaguna, Rajaguna, Sattaguna. 15th chapter, be in right association. 16th chapter, divine and demoniac personalities. 17th chapter, divisions of faith. How different people come to me. Somebody might come to me in Tamoguna, somebody might come to me in Rajaguna. Krishna is not rejecting. Remember the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. Why are we like this, the way we are? We invite everybody to come into the country. We invite everybody to invite, because that is coming from Bhagavad Gita. We don't reject anyone. Any dharma, anybody can come towards God. That's why Krishna is accommodating and saying in 17th chapter, divisions of faith, that some people come to me with bad faith also, wrong faith also, I still accommodate them because they are coming towards me. But he also says what is ultimate faith, which we all should aim for. We all should elevate our faith. Our faith is what? Our faith is a result of association that we have had in our family from our birth. That's all it is. Or associating with friends and relatives who are close to us. But that can change when we change that association. And is it wrong to change? No, it's not wrong to change. It's wrong to say that there is nothing above this. It's right to say, okay, I want to learn more. Right? Are you behind education or are you behind institution? Education. A student should focus on the education, not the institution. The same way, the person who wants to elevate himself in spirituality should focus on philosophy, not the religion or caste or anything that you belong to. You have belonged to many different creeds in the last life also. You might have been a Christian or a Muslim or anything you can, would have been Parsi or anything you would have been. Doesn't matter. Who are you? Mame vamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. You're coming from me. Aham bija pradapitaha. Right? None of us have taken birth with a stamp of some religion on us, did we? No. You took birth somewhere. That's okay. But now our main question is Aham Brahmasmi. Who am I? Janmadhyasya. Right? Vedanta Sutra quotes one by one. So now in the 18th chapter, Krishna is going to conclude. But before conclusion, he's going to go with a little more of philosophy, little more of Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattva, how to understand. Why is he insisting so much on Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattva? Because we all should know where we are. This is a self-evaluating tool, where do I stand? मैं रजोगुण में हूँ या तमोगुण में हूँ या सत्वगुण में हूँ. Very important. Then you can, plan to go out. See, now most of the religions that are there today, so-called religions, they don't talk about Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. They say all are one. All are one. But all cannot progress like everyone. Krishna has given 18 Puranas. Why Vedas are so many? Why not just one book? Many people have one book. But why Vedas are so many books? Simple reason. Not everybody can understand every book. People in Tamoguna need a Tamoguna book. People in Rajoguna need a Rajoguna book. People in Sattva-guna need a Sattva-guna book. And people in Shuddha Sattva need a Shuddha Sattva book. Bhagavad Gita is Shuddha Sattva book. Right? Even the 18 Puranas, they are also divided into different gunas. So Krishna is first of all explaining us what is our situation. People in the mode of ignorance, they worship ghosts and dead people, thinking they are God. People in the mode of passion, they worship devatas or powerful people to get results they want. I do this, I get this, I do this, I get transaction. People in the mode of goodness, they worship devatas also, and they worship Supreme Lord also. And they are very peaceful and happy at their level of life. But people in bhakti, their worship is to go and ask, how can I serve you? Right? Next level. Now there is personal relationship with God. People who are in Shuddha Sattva are in personal relationship with God. They are absolutely prepared to go back to God after they die. Right? So Krishna is showing all these elevations to us. So wherever you have come from, did I know any one of you before? No. Who has brought us all together? He only has brought us. Don't think I have planned, you have planned. In 2022, did you think you'll be finishing Bhagavad Gita in 2024? Huh? Did you plan like that? No, he didn't plan. He just looked at each one of us. Okay, he is ready, he is ready, he is ready, he is ready. Some people in between also said, you can go home now. You can't take more than this. Right? If we are here in this current moment because he is allowing us to be in this current moment, that's all. And if I am speaking the 18th chapter, that means he still wants me to be alive to finish this or maybe start this. That's all. Everybody here is a student. Everybody here is a student. I am sitting here, I am also a student. And the one person who has benefited by conducting this Bhagavad Gita most is me only. I know that. Because I am getting more clarity of what Krishna is asking me to do. Right? So with that said, let us start 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita by chanting once loud Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Granth ki Jai. Chapter 18, conclusion, the perfection of renunciation. Arjuna Uvacha Sannyasasya Mahabaho Tattvam Ichchami Veditum Tyagasya Cha Hrishikesha Pratakkeshi Nishudana. Arjuna said, O mighty armed one, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation, Tyaga, and of the renounced order of life, Sannyasa. O killer of the Keshi demon, master of the senses. Hare So here Arjuna is going one more step. See, previous chapter, uh, Krishna spoke about in divisions of faith how different people worship. Right? We all attended how different people worship, and Krishna also spoke about how different people do charity. Right? Charity in the mode of goodness, in the passion, in ignorance. Right? So now Krishna is going to speak about renunciation also. Even renunciation is the mode of ignorance, in passion, in goodness. What is the right way to renounce things? Okay? Yeah. So Krishna spoke about renunciation in second chapter. He spoke about Sthita Prajna. If you read the second chapter, he speaks about Sthita Prajna, the one who is completely, who has pulled his senses inside his body whenever senses are agitated, just like a tortoise. If you go near a tortoise, it will put its hands and legs inside. It does not affect it. Same way he talks about a Sthita Prajna or a devotee who knows how to renounce himself when any agitation comes, when any bad things come, immediately pulls himself inside. Right? He spoke about it, but now he is going to elaborate more. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kamyanam Karmanam Nasham Kamyanam Karmanam Nyasam Sanyasam Kavayo Vidhu Sarva Karma Phala Tyagam Prahutyagam Vichakshana. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up of activities that are based on material desire is what great learned men call the renounced order of life, sannyasa. And giving up the results of all activities is what the wise called renunciation. Tyaga. Hare Krishna. So, Krishna is defining what is sannyasa and what is tyaga. Sannyasa means to shut your material desires. Khatam. It doesn't have to be that, you have put a sannyas, you hold a sannyas danda and, you shave your head and you wear saffron cloths. And Prabhupada said, Srila Prabhupada explained, Acharya explained, anybody who is leading a life with no other goal except Krishna is a sannyasi. You don't have to change the ashram. Of course, some people go to the next level and they literally shed their material activities. That is sannyasis. But then, even as grahasthas, all of you, in whatever age you are, you can be a sannyas, you can lead a sannyas kind of a life by keeping Krishna in the center. Every activity is related to Krishna. Sir, can you meet me tomorrow? Wait a second. Tomorrow I have satsang. No, sir, I can't come. Sir, when can you meet? Tomorrow evening I don't have satsang. I'll come. Right? Sir, there is doctor appointment. I will take it Monday because Sunday evening I have session. Right? Everything you are remembering Krishna. That is sannyas only. As simple as that. Right? That is sannyas. Sannyas means what? He is completely renounced of material life. Sir, what about your increment, your job? I will work hard. Sannyas doesn't mean you shy away from your responsibilities. But why am I working hard? So that I can use that money in service of Krishna. That is called tyaga. Tyaga means the result. Whatever result you are getting after the activity, that also you are giving away. That is called renunciation. Are you understanding? Yeah? Tyaga means what? Giving the fruit of the result of the activity. I do all these things to get this. That also I am giving it to God. When you do that, then your sannyasi is situated in the right situation. So understand what is sannyasa as a principle. As a principle is total absorption in Krishna. Samadhi. Samadhi means what? Absorption. Complete absorption. How many have been in Samadhi? Here. You've been in Samadhi? What is the meaning of Samadhi? Complete absorption. As simple as that. I'll tell you a very simple thing. When a mother is holding a small child and the child is crying and she's completely looking at the child and I should give this child my milk now and I should take care of him. That is samadhi only. Complete absorption in that child. Aware. Samadhi means there is no other second thought. Phone is ringing. I don't care. My child is crying. Right? You're completely absorbed. But real samadhi is when you do it for Krishna. That's all. In India, there is a misconception, created by some Babas, Ammas or whatever it is that, samadhi means get a JCB, make a big hole and go inside and sit. That is samadhi. No. There is no need to go inside the ground or outside the ground. Samadhi does got nothing to do with your physical situation. Samadhi is purely your mental situation. You are completely absorbed in serving Krishna. Whether you are meditating or whether you are in action, both are same. You are working around trying to do something for Krishna. That is samadhi only. And you are only thinking about it. You can also be in samadhi. I'll tell you how simple. Speaks to somebody about Krishna. Right? Today you are learning 18th chapter. On the way, you met your friend. Yeah, what did you learn today? Prabhuji spoke about samadhi. Prabhuji spoke about renunciation. When you are doing that, you are not thinking anything else except Krishna. So the best way to be in samadhi is to bring Krishna into your life. Best renunciation is bring Krishna into everything. Best tyaga is give everything to Krishna. Right? That is what Krishna is. And the best war, fight for me. Krishna is telling. Fight for me. Hey Arjun, what are you speaking? Fight for me. I am going to guide you on which day who has to go. Right? Fight for me. What a fun war it will be, right? When you fight for Krishna. What an amazing situation it will be when Krishna is in your life and is telling you what to do. Right? Hare Krishna. Tyajyam doshavat iti eke karma prahur manishina yajna dana tapah karma na tyajyam iti chapare. Some learned men declare that all kinds of fruitive activities should be given up as faulty. Yet other sages maintain that acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned. Right? So there are two kinds of thinkers here. In spiritual life, when you go to gurus, there are two kinds of gurus. One guru says, just leave everything. Sab chodo yahan pe aa jao. Just leave everything. You're done. Ab tumse kuch nahi hone wala. Leave your house, your wife, your children, your job, whatever it is. Just come here and start. Get relief from everything. Right? But there is another thinkers who don't say that. What do they say? They say that wherever you are, you be there. But include Krishna. In what way? In the form of sacrifice, charity, and penance. Sacrifice means doing activities for the pleasure of Krishna. Yajna. Sacrifice. Sacrifice doesn't mean killing something. Right? Killing your instinct to enjoy is sacrifice. Enjoy without God. That is sacrifice. Second is charity. Do charity. When you do charity, you are completely relieved from your bodily consciousness and you are completely relieved from attachment to this world. Especially grahasthas. Last week also we discussed. Especially married people should do charity. If you don't do charity, you will not have a peaceful death. And you will not have a good next life also. But whom to do charity? Charity that is used in the service of God. That is charity. And that charity will make sure poor people are fed. That charity will make sure, ill people are given. That charity will take care of everything. Just like if you want to help somebody in the country, there are many people to be helped. There are poor people. There are people who need medicine. There are people who need this, that, clothes. So many problems are there. You have to give your income tax. Do you go and give 10 rupees to poor people, 10 rupees to here, 10 rupees there? How much can you do? Instead, when you have a right leader at the top, pay your income tax. That's all. He will make sure that the tax money is used for the right people. Is that true? Huh? Don't think, I mean, these days we don't have faith on political leaders, it's a different thing. But in principle, when a king is taking care of the whole kingdom, all you have to do is give to the king. He will know where to put the money at what time. You may not know. You might favoritismly say, oh, this is more important for you. But king knows better. God knows better. Right? So when you give money in spiritual activities, especially to institutions where God is being served, right? Or in satsangs where God is being spoken about, then where will this money go? Tell me. It will automatically go into all sources which is right. It automatically go. It will automatically. So don't take things for free. Once I was giving a class and somebody, sponsored Bhagavad Gitas. So after the class, I told, Bhagavad Gitas are there. Whoever wants to take can take. Somebody has sponsored it. Entire stock of Bhagavad Gita got over. And same thing I did in next class. I told Bhagavad Gitas are there. New place, not the same place. Whoever wants to take can buy it for 300 rupees. Not a single Bhagavad Gita was taken. Hare Krishna, what is going on here? Cheap mentality. Whatever comes for free, I'll take it. And my Siksha Guru, Balgand Prabhu, he was telling, once he did the same thing, Bhagavad Gita, he told, give whatever price you want. One lady, she came and said, 10 rupees she's giving. She lives in a 3 crore flat. 10 rupees for Bhagavad Gita? Can you really find this for 10 rupees? 10 rupees में क्या आता है? Dairy milk आता है क्या? I don't know. आता है? छोटा वाला. क्या आता है 10 रुपए में? So he asked. I think he looked from a very educated and elderly also. Can you give a little more? नहीं आपने बोला ना जितना दे सकते आप दो या तो मत दो. क्यों ऐसा? Why? Cheap mentality. And one more lady came. She already took one Bhagavad Gita. She again took, मुझे एक और चाहिए. Free में मिल रहा है. So Prabhuji said, Prabhu, Mataji, you just took a Bhagavad Gita. Why another one? She said, मेरे पोते के लिए. And how old is the pota? This old. क्या कर रहे हो तुम? They are giving Bhagavad Gita so that people who are willing to read should take it and read. But what is the consciousness here? Accumulate. दो मिल रहा है ना, दो. And she'll go and tell, hey, मेरे को दो Bhagavad Gita मिला, free में. And somebody did like that. And once I was doing book distribution near DLF, near this DLF building, right? I was doing book distribution. Me, my wife, my children, standing on the road. We were like, one fellow, he came from DLF building. From people are coming out to DLF for snacks or something, right? So one fellow came. He said, "Sir, why are you selling Bhagavad Gita?" Yes. He said, "Because I want people to read Bhagavad Gita." Then he was like, "You should not sell Shastra. This is against Vedas." Veda is you should not sell scriptures. You should not make money out of selling Shastra. Like that is true. I didn't look at him. I said, I was saying, he was getting agitated. Sir, I am telling you that you should not sell Shastra. Then I looked at him, sir, you want to buy, you buy. Otherwise, you can go ahead. I am doing this as a service. Oh, you are doing it as a service. You should not sell Bhagavad Gita. So I looked into his eyes and said, in the whole world, I'll give free Bhagavad Gita to anybody except you. I looked into him. पूरे दुनिया में सबको दोनों Bhagavad Gita. तेरे सिवा किसी को नहीं. I wanted it like that. He got so wild now, I am also in mode of passion. He agitated my mode of passion. मेरे अंदर का राक्षस बाहर निकल गया. दुनिया में किसी को मैं फ्री में देगा तेरे सिवा. I was like standing there. Why did you tell me like that? मेरे को कैसे बोला उसने ऐसे? Then I was going on Bhagavad Gita. And people are taking. He stood there. He was like looking at me. Sir, Prabhu, I told him, except you, I'll give Bhagavad Gita to anyone. No, I'll buy now. I said, I'll not give money also. मैं तेरे को दूंगा ही नहीं Bhagavad Gita. नहीं देना मैं तेरे को Bhagavad Gita. I was like, what is this? Then he came and then I don't know what happened. He went around, his false ego got crushed. Then he came to me after some time like, sir, sorry, I didn't mean like that. I can take Bhagavad Gita, but what I told is also true. बोला, तेरे को नहीं देता बोल, जाओ, तुम जाओ. Then again he came back. This is called ego. Ego is hurt. He don't know what to do. He can't demand anything out of me. Then I am doing voluntary activity. Now उसका इज्जत निकल गया वहाँ पे, क्या करेगा? He's going around. Sir, you tell me why you are selling Shastra. He said, now you are asking the right question. You should have asked this before only. Why are you selling Shastra? You can ask. You are coming and telling me, don't do this, then I will not answer. But tell me why. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshantite jnanam jnanana sattva darshinaha. If you ask humbly, in a inquisitive mode, you will get the answer. I am selling Shastra because you can afford it. Simple answer. When you can't afford it, I'll give it for free. You are working in the DLF building, you are getting a paycheck, 300 rupees you can afford. Why I should not sell to you? And whatever money you are giving me, I'll go and buy another Bhagavad Gita temple. I'm not making any business here. Whatever temple is giving, I'm bringing it here and giving it to you for that price. Right? So you buy it. And if you give another 200 rupees or another 300 rupees, on your behalf, I will give it for somebody for free. People also do that. I have seen, some people, when I tell 300 rupees, they give 1,000 rupees. Say, Prabhuji, keep this. So why? No, kisi aur ko free mein de dena. That is also there. Right? Then he had, okay. Then he stood there and he thought about it. Then he came, he gave 300 rupees to Bhagavad Gita. Right? So people have to be given an answer according to their. Shakuni should be treated like Shakuni. Dushasan should be treated like Dushasan. Duryodhan should be treated like Duryodhan. Arjuna should be treated like Arjuna. Drona should be treated like Drona. This is Bhagavad Gita teaches. Right? Pandita Samadarshinaha is also true, that you should see everybody with equal vision. But you should also have some discrimination. How to deal with people, right? One person there was selling credit card brochures. I was giving Bhagavad Gita. That fellow was giving credit card brochures. He was also being rejected like me. I go Bhagavad Gita, hato. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, hato. Your ego gets crushed actually when you stand there and do that, right? So that fellow also, sir, SBI credit card, hato. SBI credit card, hato. So he was looking at me, I was looking at him. I was doing Bhagavad Gita, I was doing SBI credit card. After half an hour, that fellow threw all that brochures. Said, give me Bhagavad Gita, I'll do Bhagavad Gita only. What is the use of doing the SBI credit card? Nobody is taking this also. At least one fellow you are giving Bhagavad Gita. This called, you are putting yourself in, service of Krishna. He is somebody, I don't know him. He looked at me, he said, I also want to distribute Bhagavad Gita. Right? So when you go and do things in serving God, Krishna will send varieties of people. We can discuss for length on realizations on book distribution. Different kinds of realizations book distribution. It's fun actually. I love doing book distribution. Once I was standing in Pandapur, there is a wine shop, there is a supermarket. I was standing in front of supermarket. Nobody was coming. Everybody was going to wine shop only. So I thought, I will sell Bhagavad Gita in front of wine shop now. Who can stop me? So I took the Bhagavad Gita, I went and stood in front of wine shop. The wine shop owner fellow came. Said, sir, what are you doing, sir? दारू का दुकान है. आप Bhagavad Gita बेच रहे हैं. आप यहाँ मत बेचो. क्यों नहीं बेच रहे? अरे साहब, ये गंदी जगह है. मैं बोला सिंपल है. सबको प्रॉब्लम है. अगर उसका प्रॉब्लम वहाँ सॉल्व नहीं होगा, यहाँ सॉल्व होगा. Why is he coming to wine shop? Some problems he has. He wants to drink and get intoxicated, isn't it? If that fellow is not getting a solution there, then next solution I have. Bhagavad Gita. So he was laughing. Ah, karo sahab, kuch bhi bolte hain. So much fun you have when you do book distribution or when you do classes. I've been doing it for, I don't know, many years, 16 years now. And I enjoy doing satsang because I meet wonderful people and I see lives transforming in front of me. Right? Somebody comes with this habit, that habit, this habit. Like I also went to satsang. Then you see big transformation and you feel a lot of satisfaction. If somebody stops eating non-vegetarian by coming to these classes, that itself is a big happiness for me. Why? Because so many animals, so many birds were in so much pain, their family members have been killed. At least that has stopped. Right? At least that input. Some transformation in life, little transformation in life. Right? That's enough. Not, or somebody says, Prabhu, I have attended one class. Thank you very much. Your spiritual life has started. Right? Or somebody comes and says, Prabhuji, I have finished Bhagavad Gita in my house. Hari Bol, very nice. I'm chanting 1 round now. Very nice. I'm chanting 16 rounds now. Very good. You know, this is called life transformation. And people become so close and they come and ask, you know, or kya kar sakte hain? You know, how can I serve Krishna more? Right? You know, our satsang, which started like this, you know, with, I remember doing satsang. Only 8 people used to sit in the satsang. 8 people. In 2014, 8 log. And out of that 8 people, 4 people, they left Hyderabad. Remaining 4 people stayed. Then again we did another satsang, next batch, another 2 people, another, you know, say 4 people plus 2, then 15 people, 2018, 30 people, 2019 we did a big batch, you know, 110 people we brought. And out of that, 20 people stayed and they all learned Bhagavad Gita. Right? And it's like going on and on. In 2020, we did our first Rath Yatra, right, in my home avatar. 2021, I think, yeah. And then, you know, some more, I was living in my home avatar, their edit session, another 5 couples came. Their life is transformed. They are so happy. Festivals, they enjoy. Nitai, Gaur Premanande, Pura material area, Bhadme. I'm so enjoying my spiritual life. My Sunday, Saturday is filled with happiness. I'm doing Rath Yatra, Janmashtami, this, that. So much enjoyment, right? 2023, now we are a family of more than 350 people. 350 people are chanting 16 rounds. 350 people have left non-vegetarian, left drinking, no smoking, no tea, no coffee. I'm only a servant of Krishna. I'm not a servant of tea. I'm not a servant of coffee. I'm not a servant of, you know, nonsense things. I'm only a servant of Krishna. So much happiness. इससे बढ़ के क्या है बताओ? कुछ है दुनिया में इससे ज्यादा खुशी देने वाला? I met Mahesh Malhotra Prabhu, Anurag Prabhu, and through him so many friends. Right? I met so many wonderful families. Everybody is praying for me. और क्या चाहिए जिंदगी में बताइए? प्रभु, where is Krishna? इधर इसमें है कृष्णा. इन रिश्तों में है कृष्णा. इस प्यार में है कृष्णा. यही है कृष्णा. And Krishna saves all of us by being part of our life. And everybody makes progress at different levels. Whatever level you make progress, that is bhakti. Right? Whatever level. It's not like, oh, Prabhu, ye 16 mala nahi kar raha hai. No problem, karega. Aaj nahi to kal karega. Right? Prabhu, ye chhod nahi pa raha hai. Koi problem nahi. Abhi, don't focus on the don'ts, focus on the do's. What are the do's? Attend regularly, read regularly, hear regularly, eat prasadam regularly, chant regularly. Bas, ये अपना philosophy. खाओ, नाचो, बात करो, सुनो, बस यही spiritual life है कि नहीं? Yeah. Then automatically you can see Krishna in your life. We'll all go to yatras, you know, things will always keep happening. Go to yatras. We go and do festivals, so many things. So, the 2 kinds of learned men, as Krishna is telling here, the first kind of learned men says, Sab chodo, aake ashram mein baitho, jap karo. He's not wrong. Who is the second type of learned man? He's saying, ye karo, whatever I told you. Bolo, kaun sa mazedar activity hai? Pehla wala, dusra wala? Dusra wala easy hai. It's more easy. Sitting and meditating on Krishna is very difficult because mind is agitated. But you can use your mind in service of Krishna. Satsang karo, you know, milo, nacho, kal, you know, Prabhuji ke ghar mein, Prabhuji and Mati, Shalu Mati ji, Prabhuji unke ghar mein, they did the first satsang, Hari Bol. Unke ghar mein first satsang hua hai. They opened their doors and, yeah, they opened their doors in my home, Vihanga. And they did a first satsang in their house. That is the purpose of having a house. Now their house is a temple. Their temple. satsang in our houses so that so many neighbors will be attracted. Just open the doors for Krishna. Remaining Krishna will take care. Okay. Like we all have opened the doors in this my own Krishe. So many families are coming from my own Krishe. And so many of you are calling your friends also. Right? Like that. Make Krishna part of your life, and that is the greatest tyaga, that is the greatest renunciation, that is the greatest samadhi. Don't look for artificial samadhi, artificial sannyas, artificial whatever. Sannyas, tyaga, and samadhi means completely relevant and related to Krishna. That is what it is. Krishna continues. Text 4. Nischayam shrinu me tatra tyage bharata sattama tyago hi purusha vyagraha trividham Trividha samprakirita kirtitha. Sorry, samprakirtitha is declared. By the way, I forgot in last verse there was a word called manisha, right? Karma prabhur manisha, manishi. And what is the translation for that? If you see the translation, manisha means great thinkers, right? See, in Telugu, when we speak to people, or in many languages actually, they say, hey, manishila maatladra. Right? No, manishivena. We say that. Are you even a manisha? Meaning, are you a person? A lot of people think manishi means person. But actually, Sanskrit meaning of manishi means person who thinks. That means even to call somebody a human being, he should be a good thinker. And Prabhupada was very clear. The person who doesn't have any goal of going back to God is an animal. He's a two-legged animal, that's all. As simple as that. So calling somebody as Manishi also requires a qualification. Right? Manishi means a great thinker. Right? Who at least has the ability to think. Who is just not sitting and eating in the house. Who just taking share, oh, I made this much profit, I made this much property, I made this much wealth, what kind of person is he? And if you go and agitate, I'm doing it for you only, for family only. Did you take birth for that? Usi ke liye paida hua kya tu? Why did you take birth? I am not interested in those kind of questions. He is not a Manishi. He is a two-legged animal. That's all. That's all. He is a two-legged animal. Meaning, animal, what does it do? Ahara, nidra, baya, maitra. Khata hai, pita, bachcha karta hai, protect karta hai apne ghar ko. That's all it is. Manishi. Manisha means what? A person who can think more than that. The person who has the ability to think is Manishi. Krishna is using this word in Bhagavad Gita. Translation, repeat after me. O best of the Bharatas, now hear my judgment about renunciation. O tiger among men, renunciation is declared in the scriptures to be of three kinds. So even renunciation is of three kinds. Somebody says, I'm completely renounced person. Oh, wait a second. In Tamoguna, Rajaguna, Satoguna. Right? Let us see what Krishna will say. Yajnadana tapa karma na tyagyam karyam eva tat yajnyodanam tapaschaiva pavanani manishinam. Again he's saying manishinam. Right? And what is the translation? Even for the great souls. Manishi means a great thinker, a great soul. Translation, repeat after me. Acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up. They must be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even the great souls. So first of all, these three activities, Prabhuji and Mataji, sacrifice, charity, and penance. Whatever level anybody is doing, we should not discourage them. never discourage. If somebody is giving charity, don't go and immediately give a lecture from Bhagavad Gita saying this charity is good, that charity is bad. No. Let him do what he is doing. Act itself is purifying. Charity means you are giving up, you are trying to let go. Act itself is good. So never discourage people who are doing charity. If they come and ask, can I do anything more? Then you tell, you can do this thing more. Right? Second, if somebody is doing penance, penance means some austerity is taken. I'll do upavasa. Don't discourage him. But when he comes and asks you, tell, don't do upavasa on any day you choose, instead do upavasa on Ekadashi. Right? Fasting on Ekadashi is good. Or fasting on Janmashtami is good. Fasting on Ram Navami is good. Fasting on Balram Jayanti is good. Fasting on Narsingha Chaturdashi is good. Fasting on Radhashtami is good. So there are specific days given in our scriptures. Enough days are given for fasting. And actually, even if you look at from a cosmic perspective, if you do fasting on those days, your health will improve. Everything is linked. Everything is linked. Dwadashi, Trayodasi, everything is linked. People were healthy because they fasted at the right days. When your body needs certain kind of treatment, when the moon is coming close, there is a force of energy that is coming close. On those particular days, if you fast, right, your health will automatically improve. Why health is getting deteriorated? Because nobody is fasting. Everybody is only feasting. Right? How long will your car work if you don't off the car only? Just imagine you bought a car, you on the car, and you are not offing it only. A fuel is getting over. Put fuel, but don't off the car. How long do you think the car will work? Nobody tried it, so don't try also. Maximum 24 hours. After 24 hours, something will happen. Or maximum maybe little more than 36 hours, depending on the brand of the car. Same thing will happen if you use our body like that. We are supposed to shut off the body for some time. It has to do its own servicing, its hauling and its cleaning and everything it has to do. Ekadashi is a perfect time to do that. Once in 14 days. Don't eat. Don't eat anything that keeps water inside your body. Khatam, there is a science. Somebody got a Nobel Prize for this. For telling these days you should do.
Yes.
Right? It's all there in our culture. It's all there in our, science is all over the place. So you should know how to, there's no water. Okay. I was a little concerned. You should know how to apply penance. But if somebody is doing penance, encourage him. It's good. It's good to fast sometimes. Right? And third thing, what is Krishna saying? Sacrifice. Sacrifice, charity and penance. Purify even great souls. So these three activities make it part of your life. Once in a while I will fast. Once in a while I will give charity regularly. Right? And once in a while I will also do activities for the pleasure of God, not for my pleasure. Sacrifice. Yeah.
Those who are great thinkers are great. Because Manisha is
great thinkers. Yeah, both. Great people are Manishi. Great thinkers. How do I create a bomb that will kill 200 people? That's not a great thinker. Great thinker means for a great purpose also. For a good purpose, for a noble purpose. Right? So there is a great thinker. So even, Prabhupada writes examples of sannyasi. Sannyasi should not associate with women. Right? Because that will agitate his consciousness, he'll get defocused. Even grahastha men, for that matter, even us, that's also an austerity. That we should not freely associate with the opposite sex. If you do that, your life will be ruined, as simple as that. You should be very restricted and very focused on why you are interacting with the opposite sex also. Because that will unnecessarily create trouble in your life. Unnecessarily create trouble in your life. And scriptures are not against women, or scriptures are not against men also. Scriptures are against free mixing of men and women. Very dangerous. Knowingly we do the fault. Knowingly we do the mistakes, right? So one of the penance is to not do these mistakes, right? That's austerity. Your senses are agitating you, but you say, no, that's not right. That's why I recommend people who are attending satsangs, even if you are talking to other Matajis, talk relevant to the satsang. Don't get into casual conversations, right? And if you're, say, you're going to somebody's house and Prabhuji is not there, you have no business to go and sit inside. Get out. Unless there is a matter that you discuss with Mataji, something related to spiritual life or something like that. Don't experiment with your senses. Greatest of the people have fallen down. You are no, in Telangana, either the Turumkan, they say. Right? That means you are not any great personality that you will not be agitated. Oh, Prabhuji, I am fine, Prabhu. Mataji and all, I talk to them. Okay. That's all. Really? Krishna, really? Biggest of the fall downs have happened because of unnecessary association between Prabhuji and Mataji. There is a reason our culture was. Why it was like? Because people are focused in spiritual life. See, if you go and tell outside people that, don't associate freely, they will not understand. But if you are aiming towards, this is my last birth, and aiming towards going back to God, and aiming towards becoming pure, aiming towards cleaning your desires, then that is bad. Right? So going and telling this to outside, I would not speak this in my office. Because in office I see, one fellow is sitting, one girl is sitting on his bench in front of him. She's keeping on her hand on him. What will I go and tell? There's no point telling because they are not ready to hear. If I go and lecture there, they look at me as a narrow-minded fellow or some close-minded fellow or not a very modern person. Or somebody will put a case on me also, saying that you are abusing. I don't know what nonsense they can do. But in satsang I can tell that because satsang means a place where we want to elevate our consciousness. Satsang is important outside, but people who are in satsang, when they go outside, they should behave same way there also. As much as possible, behave same way there also. Like for example, I don't shake hand normally. It's not in my culture. I'm not fanatically telling that you should also do that, but I'm saying that I don't shake hand. And somebody comes, even a Mataji in office, thank you. I just say thank you. I have seen immediately they also thank you. Right? But sometimes some foreigners visit. Like one lady, when I used to work in America, one lady was there. She found shaking hand is a very important thing. I understood. So when she came, I said, okay, I shook hand. But consciousness is what? Is very important. What are you thinking while you're doing that? Where it is at most needed, do it. Otherwise, there is no need. Actually, as for Ayurveda also, you should not shake hands. So many germs are passed on, so many diseases are passed on through that. That is the reason we always do like this. Right? So there are many principles, but we should not get fanatic on those. At the same time, we should be ready to change. Change the way we are doing things. Don't wear clothes which will agitate others. I told this many times. Don't wear clothes which will make others look at you. Why they have to look at you? What is the business? Why they have to look at you? No, I want the whole world to look at me. When everybody look at you, you'll also get bad. Gandhi nazar bolte hai na? Yes. Right? Gandhi nazar acha hai kya? Nahi. You will get some problems after that. So don't dress in a way that you're walking and all the block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4 पूरे से देख रहे हैं. जरूरत नहीं है. Dress in a way that people will be respectful towards you. That is most important. Men also, women also, both. And maintain that much relationship. In fact, it is told that when sadhus come to your house, even husband and wife should stand a little away. You should not go and sadhu can, bolo Paraji kaise. What is this? Nonsense. You should not agitate a sadhu also. It should be very clear. Satsang means satsang. Right? Yesterday night when sadhu came to my house, 10 o'clock he came in. He was going by, he had to meet my father. He came. And we made sure everything in the house is according to, which will not agitate his consciousness. He has taken a big vow to maintain celibacy, brahmacharya. I should not do things which will invoke, him to leave that celibacy. That's the biggest aparadh. So we should be very, very clear. Western dressing, all that is okay. Why we have to wear Western dressing? Is there a mandate? No, we can wear nice Indian dressing, very beautiful Indian dressing. I always recommend, you are part of Bharat, wear something very beautiful. Whereas, Western dress, how much you'll get it for? 500 t-shirt, I don't know, 1,000 rupees pant. Go buy a 10,000 rupees glorious sari, which is so beautiful, or a salwar, which is so beautiful. That is elegance. That shows up. Some girls in my office, they wear nice Indian attire and come out. So I go and I look at them and appreciate, wow, very nice. Every day is a festival in our life. Look elegant. All this is penance. How is it related to Bhagavad Gita discussion? All this is penance. You don't do things which are unfavorable for you, for your spiritual life. That is penance. See, I don't eat egg. I don't eat non-vegetarian. But they do this every month end of the month. We do activity in the office. Everybody's birthdays of the month are celebrated. Yeah. Right? Now, earlier they used to bring all kinds of things for that party. I had HR also, so I am the one who has to approve all those things. So they used to bring. Now they are making sure that they are bringing things without onion and garlic and without egg. Because of one fellow in the office. Not because of HR head, nothing like that. They realize, this fellow, he's coming and talking, but he doesn't eat anything. Even they felt, hey, can we get anything without this? No problem. Right? One other Prabhu in our Satsang, Praveen Prabhu, he works in Microsoft. 28 years he's working in Microsoft. Very senior position. Now he's in Hyderabad. So now his team, whenever they have a team lunch or team dinner, everybody is sitting and inquiring, where will we go to a restaurant where Jain food is available? Because this person has to be brought to the other. He will not come. If you do that, he will not come. Right? So look how one right activity is encouraging so many people to do the right thing. Provided you are strict in that penance, you are strict in what you are doing. You are not expecting the world to change. He never went and told his team that, search for a restaurant where all these things are available. Why others will do? Because there is Krishna in them also. There is Krishna in everybody. People might have had some kind of habits because of their association. But when they come in contact with the devotee, they immediately understand, I also should get some good qualities. And they actually respect you for what you are doing. Penance is always respected, remember. When you go and tell, I'm doing upavas, nobody will come and ridicule you. They'll tell, oh, upavas kar raha hai? No problem. Aap ye nahi khate? Okay, no problem nahi. People in the mode of tamoguna, they will ridicule. There are some people in tamoguna, they'll ridicule. Hey, what is this life? You're not eating useless fellow like that. No problem. That also you have to face in life. Kya karoge? But people in Rajoguna, they will bring another variety, sit in front of you. You eat, you see what I'm eating. People in Sattva-guna, they will also bring something like you. When I see that in my office. Recently there was a big office conference, big leaders, they all came. I take my plate and I'm sitting in one corner. Nobody eating non-veg comes and sits beside me. Rarely it happens. And I never tell them don't eat non-veg. It's up to them. They like whatever. When they are ready, they will learn. I've seen that it's a human psychology that Krishna within them is telling you that person is very clear he doesn't want to eat. Why should I take a big plate of legs and hands and sit there? Right? Why should I take all that and sit in front? I'll go and sit somewhere else. Sometimes I feel awkward that hey, you can come. No. You have what you have. Because they also have that respect towards something that is right. Prabhuji and Mataji, when you're doing something right, be confident that you are doing something right, good for you and good for others also. And because others will eventually understand. Not everybody may, but many people will understand and support you also. Right? So penance, charity and sacrifice should never be stopped. 6. Etani aputu karmani sangam tyaktva phalani cha कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं matam uttamam. All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty. O son of Pratha. That is my final opinion. Right? So Krishna is saying that none of these activities, penance, sacrifice, or charity, should be done with any expectation. If you do that expectation, then the purity in the activity is lost. For example, when you give some charity, don't expect a good seat or don't expect a good recognition. Last satsang you have done some charity. So next satsang you came and said, and I am looking somewhere else. This Prabhuji is not looking also. What is this? I gave last week this much charity. What kind of person is he? What did he do? What is the use of the charity? Right? Should not have that expectation. Very, very important. If you do that charity with expectation, you will not find the inner happiness. There's something called inner happiness that you will never find. Right? And you don't need to tell 100 people also that you're doing charity. But you can tell to encourage. You can tell to encourage, provided your intention is right there. Today Anil Prabhu's daughter, Shalu Mata's daughter, very sweet, she's not coming. Yeah. She got her first earning. She did some service activity and she got her first earning. She used to come to the Satsang, their daughter, you have seen her. And she's giving her earning for today's Satsang. Such a young age. She has given her first earning, saying that I want to serve to Prasadam. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. This is good. You are in. How did she get this thought? By looking at all of you. By looking at her own father, who is very particular about giving charity. And she looks at that. I'll also do that. My son also did once. Because I normally go and do Go Seva. So once on his birthday, he got some money. He gave that money to me. Papa, use it in Go Seva. I said, very good. Right? Then I went and bought one shoes for him, double that price. That's another thing. But at least I'm very happy that he's wanting to serve. He just doesn't want to enjoy that money himself. Right? Slowly that will come, provided parents do. If parents remove 10 rupee note every time, they'll also remove 10 rupee note only. That is why in our culture, if you see, when you go to any holy place, any place, temple, Gurudwara, anywhere, you don't put the charity, you give to your children, you put it. You done that anytime?
Yes.
Huh? Unknowingly you are doing that. Actually, where did that come from? From your parents it came. Why? You are actually teaching your children two things. One, he is looking at money, he is putting it inside. Second, he is seeing how his father is giving that money. Right? There is also this first salary should be given to the parents completely. Right? It's not in Shastra, but people do that. First salary I give it to my parents, or buy something for parents, or do some very good charitable work with it first. And every other salary also do something, like that. It's a very, very good thing. There are so many couples I've seen, after coming to Satsang, they just decide this much doesn't belong to me, just like your EMI deduction. Right? They just deduct that out. Then remaining is my money. Marwadis do that actually. I've seen the culture they have in Marwadis. The people, businessmen, Vaishyas, they, whatever they earn, this percentage is not mine. Of course, they expect another percentage. That's I give 5%, you give more percent, like that. But that's different. But at least, like Krishna is saying, the act of charity itself is good and should never be discouraged and should always be encouraged. Right? They should come forward and do that. So don't do it with expectation. That is Krishna's final conclusion on renunciation. Text 7. Nityatasya tu sannyasa karmano no papadyate mohattasya parityagas Tamasha parikirtita. Prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Prescribed duties means what? Prescribed duties means everything that you have to do to take care of your body and your family. You should never give up. Never do that. In the name of God, I'm doing this. No nonsense. No, like one Prabhuji is there in our Satsang, Subara Prabhu. He's a country head of a big company, sizable company. So whenever some people have any trouble, in some, not that, I'm not telling that he has a job for everyone, but sometimes he helps putting people into job when they are. So hearing that, one devotee called me and said, Prabhu, one person is there, can you find a job for him? I requested Prabhuji. Prabhuji immediately said, okay, I will try to find a job. Now he gave a job. You get a salary and you are expected to do some work. And that person, he started coming very late to the office. He asked, Prabhuji, sir, you are supposed to come at 9 o'clock. He's coming at 10:30. Why are you coming late? I have to do my 16 rounds. What? You do your 16 rounds. Who is asking you to come late? No, Prabhu. Krishna is Uttama Dharma. We learned, right? We should do that. And evening also is not focusing on the work. Well, calls also is not very. It's like, hey, you didn't follow up the customer. Prabhu, whatever is as per karma, you get. Why don't you say that? That is not right. That is not right. A devotee means best employee. Remember that. Best employee on the floor. Who does his job, not working like a donkey till night, but he is very clear about his job. He is very efficient in his time. He doesn't go out on useless breaks. Right? He goes, even a break is taken for a reason, for a discussion, that's all. And he's very clear on work. I have to do this work to support my family, to make them Krishna conscious, and I will do my work perfectly. And my employer will have full faith in me. He'll always know that this fellow is obedient. He'll never be irresponsible. He's committed. He's accountable. All these are qualities of a devotee, Prabhu. The same quality should show up at work also. You can't go there and say, Hare Krishna, I come later for meeting. Go. What is this? You're supposed to do your rounds before, not or after, not during the work time. So don't throw your spirituality as a reason to show your renunciation at a workplace. Do your prescribed duty. Krishna is telling, Arjun, chanting baad mein kar, pehle dhanush utha, usko maar. That is your duty. That is your prescribed duty as a Kshatriya, prescribed duty as a Brahmana, prescribed duty as a Shudra. We are all supposed to do our prescribed duties. Very, very important. Even as a husband, be a perfect husband. Take care of your wife. Take care of her needs, emotional needs. Right? Take care of your children. Take them out for... don't bring your children always to Satsang only. The children also want to play. Take them to Disney World. Probably both costly. Show them, give them their childhood, give them their enjoyment, give them their happiness. At the same time, tell your children that I am doing this so that you'll become a good person. You'll not get bad habits. Right? It's difficult in today's day and time, but we should know that prescribed duties are very important in life. Prescribed duty, in essence, means that duty that helps you serve Krishna. You should never give up. Right? Never give up family life just because they come into Satsang. Some people do that. Once one person he came and told, Prabhuji, bahut ho gaya. Kya ho gaya? Kya ho gaya? Prabhuji, ab mere se nahi hota. Kya nahi hota? Bas Prabhu, main Vrindavan ja raha hu. I am going to Vrindavan. Khatam. Main samajh gaya pura Bhagavad Gita. Achha? You want to tyag everything? You want to give away everything? Yeah, I am done. I don't like my wife. I don't like my children. Yeah. Useless fellows in my house. I don't know why I am doing this. I am done. Like that I told. Then I told him one thing. Do a thing. 3 months you work. 3 months. 3 months ke baad teri marzi. But 3 months give your full salary to Satsang. Full salary to Satsang? Then I told, Arey, you cannot give your salary to Satsang. What you'll give your body and soul in Vrindavan? Huh? First, develop the quality of renunciation. Then you can talk about Vrindavan, Kalasti, and wherever you want to go, you go. Hey, first, develop the aspect of renunciation. थोड़ा देना तो चालू कर नहीं वो नहीं होगा फिर वहां जाके क्या करेगा what will you go by doing there what will you do by going there nothing you can do right so these are all thoughts that come because of your frustration in your life you use spirituality as a cause as a scapegoat to do whatever nonsense you want to do a lot of people did that mistake without proper guidance they leave their husbands they leave their wives they leave their children they leave their parents and suddenly they're vanished absconding I'm frustrated. They were already frustrated. Now they're using satsang as a reason. What did Arjuna do after hearing Bhagavad Gita? He did his prescribed duty. He did not run away from battlefield. Did he run away from battlefield? No. And he was a husband also. He was a father also. He was a son also. He was a king also. All those, everything that we are. Why did Krishna tell Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna? Why he did not tell to Vedavyas? Vedavyas is there, no? Krishna can call Vedavyas ji, aaiye baithiye, I will tell you Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, you are going to document it directly. No, Krishna chose to tell Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna because Arjuna is a Grahastha. And all of us are Grahasthas here. We all have duties. And Krishna is telling through Bhagavad Gita, do your duties properly. Earn money, no problem. Earn 10 crores. Build a temple in Gachibowli. Who is stopping? Nobody is stopping. Right? Prabhuji, careful. Just now he fell down. I don't know how many of you are here, but he was walking suddenly. My God. Hare Krishna. Which sloka did we finish? 7th. Dukkham iti eva yat karma kaya klesha bhayat tyajet sakritva rajasam tyagam naiva tyaga phalam labhet. Anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. Very clearly Krishna is telling me. Anybody who gives up his prescribed duties, and what kind of guna is? Rajoguna. Because he wants enjoyment, he is not finding it here, he is giving up here and going there. Actually, he is not giving up here, he is going somewhere else. Right? My guru, he tells, sometimes in lectures, he says, Prabhupada also told many times, that, don't try to leave your wife in the house and go. Because you will go there, because by going there, you are taking 6 other wives. Who are the 6 wives? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. Right? All these anarthas are your wives only. And don't leave this wife, leave those wives. If you really want advancement, leave those partners in life. And that will keep you peaceful. That will keep you peaceful. Very, very important. Right? Karya iti eva yat karma niyatam kriyate arjuna sangam tyaktva phalam chaiva satyaga satviko mata. Oh Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. People in the mode of goodness, in Sattva-guna, what they do? Krishna is very clearly telling. They perform their prescribed duty because it's their duty. It's their duty. Right? Second, renounces all material association and attachment to the fruit. So, Prabhu, it's very simple. The divorce rate in our country was 0 because of this one verse. Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 9th verse. This was the philosophy everybody lived with. Do it as a duty. Marriage is not for enjoyment. Marriage is for service. Marriage is a yajna. Vivaha yajna. Marriage is a sanskara. Sanskara means something that leaves some scar. Some scar. Basically, this is what should be told. Why are you getting married? You're getting married to beget children. And those children you can deliver to God. That is the prime reason of marriage. I'll go to honeymoon, sugar moon, all that moon. How long will you do? After that, what will happen? How long can bodily one person be attracted to each other? How long? Right? Even Rajesh Khanna, that song. Mere sapno ki rani kam. What happened? He married that woman, Dimple Kapadia. Right? After that, what happened? Both of them divorced. Divorced. Khatam. There is no attraction. There cannot be attraction. How long can you be attracted to somebody just based on bodily designation? Attraction comes through service. How nicely you are taking care of your husband. How nicely you are taking care of your wife. How much you are actually understanding, the needs of each other. Very important. My wife is not here, so I can tell whatever I want. If she hears this class, मेरा तो बहुत बात कर रहा बैठ के वहाँ पे, हाँ? And by the way, please bless me and my wife. Today is our marriage anniversary. What am I doing here? It's okay. We are going to spend a whole day together in between devotees, serving devotees. But we'll also have our own time going out, doing things that we like to do together. Right? Part of life. But the most important thing is you are keeping Krishna in the center. Very important. And when you do things keeping God in center, relationships last. Otherwise, they won't. Even taking care of parents, right? I try to make sure 99% of the time, before I leave my house, I touch the feet of both my parents, my father and my mother. Because all the devatas, Mukkoti devatas' blessings are there in their feet. Just do that. Khatam. After that, nothing inauspicious will happen in your life. Right? While doing that, what do I thank? Oh Krishna, thank you for giving such good parents to me. Because he is the ultimate parent. Right? Sarva Karana. Prabhu, that is there in our culture. That is there in our culture. We should not forget that culture. There is a reason behind that. Right? We should not forget that culture. Some people, they come to classes and they come and, Prabhuji, my parents don't understand anything, Krishna consciousness. Useless people they are. I said, what nonsense you are talking? They gave birth to you. They have taken care of you. You are standing here because of them only. Right? Okay, they may not accept Bhagavad Gita. That's okay. Sometimes it happens like that. They might take their own time, but they love you so much that eventually they will come to Satsang. You just have to be good son or good daughter. They will eventually, because they love you so much. Okay? So, you should always remember these basic principles of how to keep Krishna in the center. Prescribed duty. Without expectation any fruit. Don't expect that, okay, after I become old, my wife has to take care of me. After I become old, my husband has to take care of me. That is also expectation. You do your duty with full sincerity. Remaining, Krishna will plan. Right? Never do any penance, any charity, any sacrifice with an expectation. Even taking care of children. Don't keep a big expectation. Oh, my son will become, senior software engineer. He'll earn 80 lakhs per annum. If that is your expectation that you keep, how will you see your son like a son? And tomorrow, if that fellow actually cannot do that, he is born with Mandabuddhi. He cannot really, he might do a simple job here and there. He's only earning 20,000 a month. So your love for your child will go away. But his going means, what was that love? In Rajoguna. What was that sacrifice you did? In Tamoguna. See, there is a saying, right? You don't write your destiny of your children. That's true. So accept the destiny also when it comes. Everything can be reversed. See, once when I joined in this Ayurvedic hospital, I had severe back pain. I think 3 or 4 months back I joined. So in that clinic, one mother, she came with her son and daughter, son and daughter. Son, he was working very nicely in a nice job, and one day he was going on a bike somewhere near the Y junction of Kukatpalli. Suddenly something came and it diverted, and his skull broke, and he can't walk. Back is broken, his legs are broken. It's almost 8 or 9 years now. 8 or 9 years, right? His father died after that because he could not. He was so attached to his son. After seeing that son going through all that, he developed so much pain that he left his body. Just imagine now the mother has a son who is completely dependent on physically and mentally also, and she has one daughter. She's married. Daughter is married. Now the only thing the mother is doing is how to treat my son and how to give some comfort. Any therapy that can work, all can. It's not like they're very well off. Simple family. She sold all her properties. Right, little bit is remaining. So that person's bed was just one bed away from me, little away. So I was looking at the family. I said, "Oh Krishna, so much pain in this material world." But one thing that I learned is how selfless the love of a mother is. Is she expecting that son that now he'll become good and he'll go and work in Amazon? No. She's just taking care of her child. And I asked her, how do you keep yourself energized to do this? She told, until I'm alive, I want to take care of my son. And then she told, Prabhu, beautiful feeling. I'm telling you, that is called love, pure love. See the aspect, right? Until I'm alive, I want to take care of my son because he cannot take care of himself. Now, what was he before? He was absolutely normal person like one of us. And suddenly, one single day, the whole destiny changed. And he went into that situation. Her husband died after that. And, daughter married, but what can she do? She has her own responsibilities. The only thing she has is her son and herself. Whenever she is able to save some money, she tries to get some treatment done. And she has no complaints to God. I spent some time. She said, Prabhu, whatever we are destined, we'll get now. We should have that much. After reading Bhagavad Gita, you should be ready for reversals in life. Don't think life will be happy, filled with no surprises or reversals. Reversals आएंगे. इसीलिए तो भगवद गीता सीख रहे हैं हम लोग. Maybe Krishna is preparing all of us for a reversal. Something is going to come. Prabhu ji, inauspicious क्यों बोल रहे? कोई inauspicious नहीं है. In this world, there is nothing called auspicious and inauspicious. We are all going to die one day. What can be more inauspicious than that? Right? But Krishna is preparing us for challenges. The only difference between a devotee and an undevotee, both of them get problems in life, but how you respond to it makes the difference. How you respond to it, how you don't give up, how you continue whatever you are in any situation that you are in. How can you continue? In our ISKCON society, there is a sannyasi, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, right? He got a brain stroke, heart attack. His body doesn't work. Last 20 years ago, and now also he's traveling around the world, initiating, giving lectures. They keep a rod like this to keep his tongue up so that he can talk little bit. He has no complaints on Krishna. He can tell, Hare Krishna, I've given my life to you, pura sannyas, he's American, by the way. Right? And he has absolutely no complaints. And he says, I think I'm the most fortunate person on this planet that I'm getting service to you, Krishna. That means Bhagavad Gita is working. Bhagavad Gita is working in full action. Arjuna never had a good life after Bhagavad Gita also. But he had a great consciousness. Even though bad life was going on, he had a great consciousness. He lost his son, he lost his so many sons, he lost his cousins, he lost his guru, right? He lost his so many things he lost. But at the end, he is going to Krishna and saying, Krishna, thank you for being in our life, so that we can continue to stay focused in. So when difficulties come, Krishna becomes more closer. If you are in satsang. If you are not in satsang, when difficulties come, Krishna will go very far. Right? It's very, very important. So, O Arjuna, when one performs his physical duty only because it is ought to be done and renounces all material association and all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. What is the time? 10:17. Okay. Na dveshti akushalam karma kushale nanusajjate त्यागी सत्वा समाविष्टो मेधावी चिन्ह संशय. The intelligent renouncer, situated in the mode of goodness, neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work, has no doubts about work. Hare Krishna. This is ultimate shloka. Here Krishna is saying a devotee doesn't look at auspicious or inauspicious anymore. He just looks at service. प्रभु जी आज मुहूर्त अच्छा नहीं है, सत्संग नहीं करेंगे. No. Satsang is above good or bad muhurta. You understand? Rituals, because he becomes spiritual. He understood the spirit behind the rituals, so it becomes spiritual. See, a lot of people, when somebody dies in the family, for 1 year will not go to temple. But he'll go to inhabit mall, you'll go to shopping mall, you'll go to all the things you'll do. Only God-related things you'll do. What kind of nonsense is that? Because you're only seeing the ritual, you're not seeing the spiritual aspect. Why they tell don't go to temple? Why they tell don't go to, because, you'll be agitated. See, when somebody dies in the house, that is the time to introspect. Hare, death is there in life. Hare, I can also die one day. Hare, what is it? That's why they say read Garuda Puran. When somebody dies, 11, 12 days, 13 days, read Garuda Puran. If you don't have Garuda Puran, read Bhagavad Gita. Nicely. Because that is the right consciousness to take higher knowledge. Because now you are, angry with this material life. You lost a loved one. Right? So these are the reasons, you have to do. But people forget all those things. And they just do, they don't go to temple. No, that's not like that. You should come to satsang. You should do more satsangs when something like that happens. Something bad happens. You should be more in association, more between devotees, more reading Shastra. Then you'll understand, why is it happening, what is it happening. Again. So here Krishna is saying that auspicious and inauspicious aspects don't affect one's duty. It should not affect one's duty. Right? Of course, does it mean, Prabhu, acha muhurat dekhna nahi? Dekhna chahiye, but that should not stop you from doing the right thing. That should not stop you from doing the important thing. Right? So that is very important. Rise yourself above the rituals. Krishna himself is telling. Nahi deha brita sakyam tyakyum karmani asheshata yastu karma phalatyagi satyagiti abhidyate abhidhiyate. It is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities. But he who renounces the fruits of action is called one who has truly renounced. Right? So the same example I was giving, right? Of going to Vrindavan, I told him, do your job and give me the salary. That is true renouncement. Right? Krishna is saying the person Who wants to renounce doesn't renounce the duty. He renounces the fruit of what he's getting after the duty. Don't be too attached to results. See, simple thing I'm telling you. You know, these days parents are so tensed. Oh, where my son will get seat. Oh, where my daughter will get seat. Oh, where will she study? How will she get a job? Oh, will she? Why so much tension? Did our parents take so much tension? My father never bothered, you know. I mean, he bothered, but he was not like. His expectations were very low. His expectations were very low. Because he felt, you know, मेरा बुद्धि ऐसे है, मेरा बच्चा भी ऐसे ही पैदा होगा. Right? I can't expect Abdul Kalam coming out of me. Right? So he was like, what are you studying? I'm studying this. Oh, okay, study well. That's all. He never asked me percentage also. I think I told once, you know, I got 47% in 10th. 47%. I'm sure nobody here got lesser than that. Right? And I was very happy actually because my target was to pass. My target was to pass. You know? Useless fellow. Even tomorrow morning exam is there and playing cricket. My father also never asked, why are you playing cricket? Tomorrow is exam. Board exam. 10th board exam, playing cricket outside. Right? I was in Chandigarh that time. And sector 31. 32 we used to say sector 31 was the school, Kendra Vidyalaya. I took a cycle, went to sector 31 and I'm playing cricket. Tomorrow morning is maths exam. Tomorrow morning is the next day. I'm playing cricket. My only target is, but my tension is, will I pass or fail? Right? So when I got 47%, my father, you know, I told my father, I passed. He said, very good. You passed. Then he was standing near the notice board. You know, in Kendra Vidyalaya, they keep a notice board. They put percentage also. So my father looked at the percentage. Huh? You got 47%. He said, yes, Papa. Very good. Then my father told, I got 45. You elevated our family 2%. Hare Krishna. Such a happy situation. Until my father's boss came. He was a Sardarji. He was Rupal Singh or something. So his son also was my classmate. That was a problem. That fellow got some 78% or something. So he came with my father's boss, Rupal Singh, and you know his son. Both of them, they are also looking at the marks. My father looked at his boss's boss, actually, little higher. So immediately, Rupal ji, आपने हाँ देखना पड़ना. मेरा बच्चा पास हो गया. Very good. 76% आया. Then you know he looked at my father. Yes. आपका बच्चा को कितना % आया? Then my father actually felt, 47 is less. Until that Rupal Singh came, everything was good. As soon as that Rupal Singh came, you know, my life became miserable. I looked at my father. Hey, you know, 47? No, 47. 48. Till now, I never know what is this. Because why he gave me one is because I was jumping and enjoyment. I was so happy that I passed. So my father like, he gave me one. First time I got in front of notice board. He gave me a slap because he felt I'm enjoying too much than needed. Then maybe he felt bad later on. He came and he bought me one toy and he told, some video game cassette he bought me. He said, be happy, you passed and I'm happy with you. Why did you do that then? Because of Rupal Singh. Unnecessarily expectation. See, very simple. When you don't have too much expectation, life is very good. Today, parents so much trouble. इसको स्कूल में डालो, उसको स्कूल में डालो, इसको ओक रिज में डालो, इसको कैम्ब्रिज में डालो. कैम्ब्रिज में एक एप्पल ही होता है, ओक रिज में भी एक एप्पल ही होता है कि नहीं? What is the big deal? बच्चे को स्कूल में पढ़ाओ, उसके बाद उसका डेस्टिनी है तो वो कमाएगा. Of course, do your best, but don't keep too much expectation. अरे बाप रे. Even children have become like that now. They are too demanding now. I want this college only. Arey, I can't afford that college. I can't do that. No, I want this only. My friend's father is joining my friend in that job or that school. Why can't you join me? Right? So much trouble. All because we have false expectations. We have more focus on the result. But result is not in your hands. Sometime back I told the sad story of that family. His result in their hand. They educated their son. Everything was going good. He was ready for marriage. He met with an accident. Everything changed overnight. Entire life changed overnight. Prabhu, life is also like that. We all think we are living in my own Krishe. अब क्या होगा? बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. Right? Because this is life. But in all situations, keep Bhagavad Gita close to you and be thankful to Krishna. Krishna, thank you for giving me this understanding that not to focus on the fruits of action. True renunciation means Krishna is saying, don't focus on the fruits of action. Right? I'll repeat it again. It is said impossible. It is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities. Did I read this shloka? Yes. But he who renounces the fruits of action is called one who has truly renounced. He doesn't have any expectation on fruits. He is doing his duty. That person is truly renounced. Anishtam ishtam mishram cha Trividham karmana phalam Bhavati atyaginam pretya Natu sanyashinam kvachit. For one who is not renounced, the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable, and mixed, accrue after death. But those who are in the renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. See, very beautifully Krishna is saying, what you carry after next birth, all those desires that are unfulfilled. Krishna has to again make arrangements to fulfill them. Very dangerous. That's why you should not have too many expectations before you die. You should be very peaceful, very grateful. You should be very grateful to God when you are dying. Then you will not have a next life. And you should be grateful to God and thank Him that and seek for forgiveness. Done. But if you keep those expectations, you will carry them to the next life. Oh, I'm not that beautiful. Now you'll have to get a beautiful body next life. Oh, I'm not that tall. You'll get a tall body next life. Oh, that car is good, better than my car. For that car also will take birth again. Right? Oh, that house is better than mine. For everything you'll have to come back. Everything you'll have to come back. Krishna is saying very clearly, for one who is not renounced, threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable, and mixed. I don't like this. Next life you'll get that only. For your purification. Everything. Right? Accrue after death. They accrue after death. Why is Krishna doing this? You can ask, why God has to do this? Because He wants you to get done with this material world and come back to Him. He wants you to get done. He wants you to choose Him voluntarily, fully. Again, that marriage will last. That marriage will last. That bhakti will last. If you leave something here and go there, and then after going there also you're thinking, Prabhu, ye kaisa, wo kaisa. Then Krishna, why did you come here? You better get on with everything. Yeah, Prabhu, you have something to ask?
Should we have that desire to serve Krishna?
Yes, we should have desire to serve Krishna.
So we should be like thinking, okay, we are doing these activities, so this is there and we will get. If we are giving up everything, then that desire is.
Spirituality is not becoming desireless. Spirituality means to have Krishna as a desire. Desireless नहीं होना चाहिए. Desireless आदमी क्या करेगा? कुछ भी नहीं करेगा. ठीक है? You should have desire, but there should be Krishna in the desire. Then everything becomes auspicious. Desire. Some people think like that. I'll tell you one example. Srila Prabhupada's guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Now he was in Kolkata. One person came to him, and he brought one other person. He said, Maharaj, you can give him sannyas now. You can give him sannyas now. Why? He said, Maharaj, his wife died. He didn't even cry. His wife died. He didn't even cry. I think he's ready for sannyas. Like that he told. Immediately that Maharaj told, first of all, ask that fellow to get out from it. The person who doesn't have any gratitude for his wife, what sannyasi will he become? Person who doesn't have any love for his wife, what will he understand love of God? Huh? See, quality you should see. Sannyas doesn't mean renouncement without any desire. Sannyas means renouncement with Krishna as the center. And same quality continuing in all your relationships. All your relationships. You can't tell, I love God but hate my wife. You can't do that. I love God but I hate my children. It doesn't work like that. When Bharat Maharaj, you were there, you heard this story, Shubhalas was telling. When Bharat Maharaj was going to meet Lord Ram, he was searching for Lord Ram. Where is Lord Ram? So he went to Bharadwaj ashram on the way. So he asked, where is Lord Ram? I want to go and meet him. My mother did all this nonsense. Now I have to go and bring him back. I have to go to meet Ram. So Bharadwaj Muni, he told, where is your mother? Don't even talk about my mother. She is such a bad lady. She completely ruined my life, her life also. My father died because of that. Now Ram has left the house. I have to go and bring. So then, Bharadwaj Muni was asking, so why do you think your mother did that? What exactly is the reason? Do you think there is a... So he kept on speaking to a point where Bharat Maharaj then actually told, it's all destiny and my mother is not the full cause. Whatever happened, I am also responsible, like that. So basically, to a point where Bharat did not have enmity towards his mother. Until that point, Bharadwaj Muni did not tell the address of Ram. He did not tell the address of Ram. And then he told, if you hate your mother, you cannot go to God. You should understand the principle. Whatever good or bad they might have done, you can't hate somebody to go to God. Bhagavad Gita was told to Arjuna because he hated Kauravas. Krishna removed the hate and brought duty in that place. Right? When you hate somebody, you cannot perform your duty properly. Revengefulness aspect. It removed the revengefulness and kept duty in that place. Dharma sansthapanat. Do your dharma. Do your duty. Because, see, if I hate somebody, I can stop hating that person also and then I will not fight. That's what he did. Now I don't want to fight. Who are you to decide not to fight? Your job is to fight because it's your duty to fight. And what they have done is injustice, so you should fight. Fighting is a duty. No more your choice. You understand the principle here? Like that. So desirelessness is not the principle. Desire Krishna in everything. That is the principle. I'm just seeing the logical point where I can stop, where he stops talking about renunciation. Yeah. I finished the 12th shloka, right? Yeah, I think this is a logical point. Now onwards, action will start. So 18th chapter is the longest chapter, 76 verses. But the first part is Jnana Yoga within 18th chapter, and then he goes on to complete renunciation. Chapter itself is perfection of renunciation. Right? So any questions at this point? Please. What is the Prashadam? Even I don't know. This time I'm totally renounced the order. I told the Prabhu, kuch bhi bhejo. Acha bhejo.
I asked you one question, although I got my answer.
What is the question?
So, I'm working with Infosys, I'm working with legal and compliance. So, every time whenever I type termination letter, I get that instance that this is my bad karma. So, how to remove that instance of obviously, I understood that it is my duty to perform, but then if I'm getting that it's a bad karma, I'm not able to perform my duty.
Mataji's question, did you all hear?
Yes.
She is working in legal and compliance. So one of the things she does is termination letters. You are, next week you don't show your face. You write like that? Anyway, so she's feeling guilt, that every time she writes that, So Mataji, the guilt that you're feeling is good. The guilt that you're feeling is good. That guilt is always needed. You should not enjoy terminating people. But you should terminate people because that is your duty. There is a big aspect. That's actually renunciation. Doing your duty without any expectation. Right? And doing the right thing. When a judge is giving capital punishment, recently that horrible rape happened in Kolkata, horrible incident, Arjikar College, in so many other places. In those places, the judge is thinking, I should not terminate this fellow. Because I have already done 2 terminations today, 3rd termination, let me not do. Then that is not right. That's a duty. You have been given the duty to protect the company, right? To protect the management from unnecessary legal suits. So you should do the right thing. That is your, but you should not enjoy doing that. You should not enjoy saying that, through it, terminate. You should feel the pain. Every job has a job description. Every job is like qualification. In order to join in HR, have you done MBA HR, have you done this, have you done that? All the qualifications is there. What is the designation? What is the job description? Not job description. Job qualification to become Yamaraj. Yamaraj is the ultimate terminator. Right? He writes letters and sends people also. What is the job description? What is the job requirement of Yamaraj? You will be shocked to know a person who cannot see pain. A person who cannot tolerate any pain is qualified to become Yamaraj. He cannot see somebody in pain. He cannot see somebody in pain. उस आदमी को यमराज बनने का क्वालिफिकेशन है. अब तुम सोचो उसका जॉब कैसे है, right? His job is to give pain to others, punishment to others, but he doesn't enjoy doing that. He's so miserably doing it. Right?
That is not a punishment.
Huh? That is not a punishment. But
he's doing the duty of giving a bite like.
but say you're sitting, a mother and son are sitting, both of them. Son is nicely cajoling the son. Mother is nicely, Mera beta, and Yamaraj's duty is to go and kill that fellow. They'll do that duty, but there is a certain loving aspect. He sees so many, but he has to be detached from all that. He has to remove people at the right time according to the exact muhurta. Right? And every time he sees, Shastra explains, every time he sees people coming from Gauri Datti and Gachibowli, like, kyun aaya kaise? Right? You could have attended Satsang, you could have gone back to Krishna. Again you are coming here, again I have to send you back to Gachibowli. Again you work in Amazon, again in this company, that company. Right? He feels the pain. Yamaraj feels the pain of the living entities. That is why he is in the position of Yamaraj. Lot of people think Yamaraj means usko maza aata hai. Chal usko tel mein dala bhi naachte hain log. No, he doesn't feel like that.
He is fully Yama Dharmaraj. He is not Yamaraj. He is
Yama Dharmaraj. Dharma.
Perfect on time.
Yes.
And that is the duty we is it's impossible to do for Dharma.
Yes. No, you should be a perfect person. Then only you can also become Yamaraj. By the way, there are so many certifications are there. After we die, huh? Impartially it does. Sometimes it does mistakes also. And whenever he makes mistakes, he has to pay for it also. Even Yamaraj has to get punished. He comes as Vidura because he did one mistake. So, so the point is, answering to Matthew's question, which applies to all of us, when you have to do some tough decisions in life, which may give pain to others, but if it is something that you have to do, you have to do. Because that is mandated.
Will that karma not affect us?
No, it's not.
Will that karma not come to us?
If you enjoy that termination, the karma will come. If you enjoy that termination, karma will come. But if you are doing it as a duty, praying for that person, just pray for him. Krishna, please give him the intelligence that he doesn't repeat these things. Then you are detached. That's what Krishna is telling, right? It will bind you next life. Yajñāta karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tad artha karma kauntaya mukta sanga samachara. Mukta. Tad artha karma. That is the meaning of karma, is where there is, you are doing it as a yajna. Anyatra. You are doing it for Vishnu. You are doing it for God. I am doing this duty for God. So you have to do like a police duty. You have to do like army duty. You have to do. Sometimes in the army, you have to kill somebody in the opposite side. He might be a father, he might be a son, he might be. But it's your duty to kill him. That's it. Because you have to save your nation. You have to do what you have to do. But don't enjoy it. Somebody asked me a question. तो mosquito को मारते तो क्या होता है? कर्म आता है नहीं आता है? Will you become mosquito next life? मस्कीटो को मारना चाहिए नहीं मारना चाहिए? अभी पी रहे हो, मारना चाहिए नहीं मारना चाहिए? लेकिन मारे तो तू भी मस्कीटो बन जाएगा. So what do you do with it? Yeah, some bees, some blood-sucking creatures, you have to kill them, but don't enjoy killing them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Not from the heart. One living entity. It was also in its own cycle of birth and death, but now it is coming and trying to bite me. I have to kill. There is no other choice. I can't tell mosquito ji, please, me ko chhod do aaj. Not going to work. He'll still bite. But don't take a bat, that electric bat, and go outside. And you will also be in next life. Don't enjoy doing cruel activity. Sometimes cruel, not cruel activity, but difficult activity. Don't enjoy. And as much as a choice, try to avoid such kind of situations. But be very clear why you are doing what you are doing. Sometimes you have to do. Sometimes in the office, we have to take decisions. We had to remove one person who was trying to influence one other Mataji. We have to remove him. What to do? Because we have proof that he's trying to go and advance on her. That fellow is already married, by the way. But he wants to still influence his teammate and wants to go one level further. People do that activities. But what do? Should I make him sit and give Bhagavad Gita lecture? If he wants to, I can do that also. But that fellow is arguing that no, she's not working well. That is the reason I did like that. I'm sorry, you're out. You're terminated. Immediate effect. No notice period applies to you. I'll go to legal. My notice period applies. Then I'll call you. Call people like her. Who can help me inside? So you have to fight a battle for doing justice also. But that is duty. Hare Krishna. Namaste. Alright. He is doing it like a duty.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. भक्तिनाश हरि नाम कीर्तन की भक्तिनाश शिव मणि प्रहलाद भगवान की भक्तिनाश नरसिंह भगवान की प्रभु जी की
हरे कृष्णा भक्तिनाथ नरसिंहदेव भगवान की हरे कृष्णा our little Prabhuji की जय हरे कृष्णा thank you very much so maybe by another 4 sessions it will take another 4 sessions for us to completely finish Bhagavad Gita so we are now in September so I think September end something like that this month end yeah and then after that in October we will be doing one other small scripture called Upadeshamrita. I'll take that for a few weeks and then we will start a new batch. Okay. For the new batch, I will need all your help to encourage your friends, your neighbors, whoever you want to torture. And then there and we'll do a new batch and that will be a service. And the more times you hear, the more clarity you will get and the more understanding you will get why Krishna told what he told. Bhagavad Gita is scripture that never finishes. Never, it always keeps revealing more and more. Scriptures are like that, right? And then we'll also do Bhagavatam after a certain point. Right? But I encourage everybody here to start reading proper purports also, and also start chanting. If you're not yet started chanting, regulate that. Every day I will chant these many number of times. It will be very important. This full prescription, topic prescription of that. This is a prescription. Chanting, reading, hearing, and attending Satsangs regularly. Hare Krishna. Jai. Mahaprasade Govinde. Bhagavatam. Yes. We will start that online. I will get it. Yeah. This will continue and we will make you join a batch of Bhagavatam where you can start reading from Canto 1 onwards all the way. Matajis can have, my wife takes Bhagavatam class for Matajis at a different time. They can join if they are available that time. Or we'll have a Bhagavatam class, at a different time. I'll let you know. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Together we'll plan something. I'll let you know. Yeah. Mahaprasade Govinde. Nama Brahmane Vaishnave. Swalpa Punya Vratan Rajan. Vishwaso Naivajayate. Sharira Vidyajal. Jidendriya Trahikal. Jive Pele Vishe Sagare.